Hello, this is Meghnad and you're watching Sansad Watch, where we tell you what the leaders you elected are doing for...
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
No, God, please, no!
What the leaders you elected are doing about the rising prices of the food you eat. That's right, you must have noticed how everything is getting more expensive. When life gives you lemons, you are left wondering why the hell does this small yellow globe now cost 350 rupees a kilo. Newspapers are sure having fun coming up with funny headlines. Wait, let me try this. Nimbu ne nichod diya aapka bank balance. When life gives you lemons, sell it on the black market. नींबू के बढ़ते दामों ने डाली राम नवमी में खटास. ताजा ताजा छोटा छोटा नींबूड़ा क्यों लाए हो? Record price rises. You need lemonade. Get it? Lemonade. Okay, this is not in jest, not joking. It has gotten so bad that Nimbu robberies are actually a thing now. Yeah, the real people affected by this price increase are not happy though.
मान लीजिए कि अगर से नींबू की महंगाई की वजह से अगर से हम दुकान बंद करें तो हमारे ग्राहक जो पूरा जो इधर उधर हो जाएंगे, फिर उसके बाद में हम धंधा चालू करेंगे तो हमारा ग्राहक मिलना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा.
पहले 100 रुपए केजी था, अब हो गया 400 रुपए केजी, 80 रुपए पाव हो गया.
सर परेशानी क्या है, उसको एक नींबू भी देना मुश्किल हो जाता है. 10 रुपए का एक नींबू पड़ रहा है, तो किस हिसाब से उनको नींबू देंगे?
Right. So let's talk about why prices are going up and what the government is doing about it. Let's talk about inflation. A question was asked in Parliament by 5 MPs on whether inflation is increasing day by day in the country, and if so, the details of average inflation rate during the last 10 years and the current year, and the corrective steps taken by the government to stabilize prices of essential commodities. The government responded by giving this table. It shows that since 2018, average inflation rate has gone up from 3.4% to 6.1% to a provisional 5.3% till January this year. They also gave another table which shows that in October 2021, the inflation went up to as high as 7.6%. And right now in March, the rate went all the way up to just about 7% again. Even the RBI is getting worried. It has bumped up its estimates and is changing its policy stance to figure out how to keep the prices stable. Now, for a layperson, these percentages don't really mean much. I mean, 6%, 7%, what is that even? But I'm here to tell you how these numbers affect you. So let's start with the basics. Inflation is the gradual increase of the price of goods. There are 4 main reasons why this inflation happens. Reason number 1, decrease in the value of money. Say you had 100 rupees in 2012, back then you could buy half a kilo of butter for that much money. In February 2022, right now, 10 years later, the same amount of money will get you 200 grams of butter because the value of money has gone down. 100 rupees worth of butter back then is now 150 rupees worth. So the value of money has been decreasing and the rupee has been falling big time since 2021. Bluntly compared to the dollar, 100 rupees 10 years ago is equal to 173 rupees today. Reason number 2 for inflation is demand and supply. Basic economics says that when demand for a product goes up, but supply doesn't, the prices go up. Or when the demand is stable, but the supply goes down, even then the prices go up. Like our lemons here. The reason why the price of lemon has shot up like mad is because Cyclone Taukte hit Gujarat last year, which spoiled a lot of produce. Gujarat is the second largest producer of lemons after Andhra Pradesh. So supply went down and prices shot up. Agriculture Produce Market Committees of the state reported that only 5% of the normal produce of lemon has arrived at this time of the year. Just 5%. Now, sometimes the shortage can be because of bad weather events, but sometimes it can also be because of hoarding. Some people try to push the price of a commodity up by storing a lot of the produce in warehouses and artificially reducing the supply by not selling them. When a price shoots up, they sell it, making more profits. Reason number 3, increase in input and supply chain costs. Something like squeezed lemon just doesn't magically appear on your bhel puri. There is a giant supply chain behind it. A farmer has to grow it somewhere in Andhra Pradesh or Gujarat. For that, they need fertilizers, water, electricity, pesticides, and of course, working humans. Then it has to be loaded onto a truck and transported to a market, which needs fuel and, well, a truck. Then the market will sell it to someone who will get it to your city market. Then the vendor there will sell it to you by squeezing it on top of a bale. You see, if the price of any of this in the middle goes up, the price of a lemon will go up too. Right now, prices of everything are going up because of the increase in international crude prices. Naturally, since transportation costs are going up, prices are going up. Crudely put, when crude oil goes up, everything goes up. And finally, we have reason number 4, global factors like war. Russia invaded Ukraine and messed up quite a lot of things. Those two countries are major exporters of some products like wheat. While both of those countries are busy and their supplies are dwindling, countries like India are having a moment in the sun. In Punjab and Haryana, there are reports of private players buying wheat in record quantities. This is pushing the prices up further, adding to inflation for everyone. What we are witnessing today is not just an India phenomenon. Inflation is going up worldwide. Even the US, where it has hit a 40-year high last month. The world is experiencing something called cost push inflation, meaning an increase in the cost of raw resources and commodities causes inflation. As a result, the cost of manufacturing, shipping and storing the final product that reaches you also rises, causing an incremental effect, double inflation. Add an ongoing war to that, which disrupts supply chains and things kind of go crazy. Now that you know why inflation happens, let me tell you in realistic terms how bad it is with a little help from these fellows. This is the wholesale price index of wheat. Starts at 100 in 2012, goes up all the way up to 160. Now we add the average increase in income of India. Wheat is here and भारतवासियों का average income इधर है. This is onion. Starts at 70, goes all the way up to what? 270 in 2022? Let's put the income here. Onion इधर है 2022 में and भारतीयों की average income इधर है. Fun. This is a tomato. In 2012, it started at 130. In 2022, it's at about 200. Oh, and in 2019, it went above 200. Put the income on top of it. Tomato इधर है and भारतीयों का average income इधर है. Anda 2012 में started 100 and now it's all the way up to 190. Put the income on top of it. भारतीयों का average income इधर है और egg इधर है. Wow, ये क्या है roller coaster? Mustard oil 2012 started at 120. 2022 all the way up to 230. Wow. Income, भारतीयों का average income इधर है, mustard oil इधर है. This is a bigger roller coaster. And finally, let's look at all of them together. Wheat, onion, tomato, egg, mustard oil, all of them. And ये है income. So the average rate of increase in income of all Bharatiyas is this, and everything else is this. That's quite sad. Yeah, looking at all of this just makes you sad, doesn't it? You must understand that rising prices don't affect everyone equally. It has a disproportionate effect on older people and the poor. That's because older people buy healthcare, leaving them with less money to buy other essentials, while people with lower incomes spend more money on basic survival by buying food, energy and housing in disproportionate amounts. What India is experiencing today is called stagflation. Simply put, our GDP has contracted because of the pandemic and unemployment has spiked to a 45-year high. At the same time, the money that people have in their pockets has been reduced, including savings. So, as prices of commodities go up, it makes the situation worse and the government needs to act. And our government has been acting to control price rise by doing these 5 things. Number 1, the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. has been extended till September 2022. This is a scheme that provides 5 kg wheat or rice and 1 kg of preferred pulses for free every month to 80 crore people. The government has already spent 2.6 lakh crore rupees on this so far and is planning to spend another 80,000 crore rupees. This reduces the effect of inflation at least on basic cereals for low-income households because, well, they get it for free. Number 2, the government imposed a stock limit on all pulses except moong last year. What that means is that they ordered all state governments to check if the warehouses are not storing more than an allowed limit of stock. That prevents hoarding and artificial inflation. Number 3, the government allowed import of tur, urad and moong under free category for 6 months last year, meaning no import duty. The basic import duty on masoor was reduced to 0 so that it doesn't add to the already rising prices. Number 4, in order to stabilize prices of onion, the government has built up a buffer stock of 2.08 lakh metric tons over last year. Whenever prices spike beyond a level, stock of onion is released in the open market to stabilize it. Smart move because if you read history, governments have fallen due to onion prices. And finally, number 5. The total duty on crude palm oil has been reduced from 22.5% to 7.5%. And duty on crude soybean and sunflower oil has been reduced from 22.5% to 5%. Okay, so I have to add that all these measures have been taken to stabilize prices of a few commodities, while the taxes on fuel remained high. Except for that time when we had elections and the government decided to protect the voters from rising prices. After that ended and people were done voting for their favorite party, they released the Kraken again. Other than this, the central bank, which is supposed to be independent, what we call RBI and the Americans call Fed, can also play with interest rates. But that for next episode when I talk to you about central banks and quantity of money. Moving on to Know Your Neta. Yes, we are doing Know Your Neta again. Today we are looking at Kunwar Danish Ali, an MP from the Amroha constituency in Uttar Pradesh. He is the former General Secretary of the Janata Dal Secular and was also elected the leader of the Bahujan Samaj Party in Lok Sabha till 2020. There's an interesting story there. Kunwar Danish Ali entered politics as the national president of the Janata Dal student wing in 1994. He stuck through the party during the rise and fall of former PM H.D. Deve Gowda and slowly made his way to the top brass of the party. He caught the attention of Gowda during the 1994 assembly polls in Karnataka when he was speaking at a rally. Over time, Ali became Gowda's right-hand man and the face of JDS in Delhi. After the Janata Dal split in 1999, the party saw a downfall. It got just 2 seats in the 2004 Lok Sabha elections. Right before the general elections, Ali expressed his desire to contest the Lok Sabha election from his home seat of Amroha. But there was a problem. JDS had no presence there. So, 6 days before the elections, it was announced that Ali would be contesting from Amroha on a BSP ticket. He also had the blessings of Karnataka CM and Janata Dal Secular Party leader H.D. Kumaraswamy. Ali won the 2019 elections with a margin of 63,000 votes by defeating BJP's candidate Kunwar Singh Tanwar, and he became an MP after 25 years of being in politics. It was Kunwar versus Kunwar, where Kunwar won. As a parliamentarian, Ali has an attendance of 97%, has participated in 111 debates, and has asked 127 questions from the government. Over the past 3 years, Ali has raised the issue of mob lynching, exam paper leaks in UP, online harassment of Muslim women, minimum support price guarantee, and inflation in the parliament, amongst numerous other things. Even we used this question. Ali also keeps a watch on the media and has raised the issue of banning of Malayalam channel Media One and opposed Suresh Chauhan's UPSC jihad conspiracy theory. He urged the government to take action on Sudarshan News and nothing happened. But still. One last thing. Ever since Ali's transfer to the BSP, he has shared a tense relationship with the party chief Mayawati. Ali was first made the leader of BSP in the Lok Sabha, then removed, then again reinstated, then removed again. Reports indicate that the latest tiff happened because Ali did not agree to toe the party line on the abrogation of Article 370. If you want to get in touch with Kunwar Danish Ali for any constituency related problems or otherwise, here are his details. That's all I have for you in this week's Sansad Watch. My dear fellow nerds, please do share this episode with your mom and dads who are complaining to you about mehengai. Because if they know why it's happening and what the government is doing about it, they'll leave you alone and complain to our elected representatives instead. Well, fingers crossed. Remember, if you want to make Parliament great again, you need to watch it first. Thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to News Laundry if you like the work that we do. If you like the research that we've been putting into this show, it does cost resources. And no matter how much prices are going up, you need to pay to keep news free, because if you don't, the cost will be borne by democracy. Seriously. Also, go here and buy our merch. Subscribe. Pay to keep news free. See you next week.
The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free, और गर्व से कहो, मेरे खर्च पर आजाद है खबरें.